In the name of Yahuwah Bahasham Yahweh Yahushua HaMashiach. So now we're on to the sixth person, and Isaac is the sixth person. So we talked about Joseph, David, Esther, and Ruth. We talked about Abraham, and now we're going to talk about Isaac. Isaac is the son of Abraham. Isaac was a promise that God made to Abraham, and Isaac kind of like, he wasn't the firstborn, but he was the first seed of uh, a fruitful nation. Okay. Isaac was born into a promise. He was the second son of Abraham, the father of many nations. When Isaac was born, Abraham was very happy that the promise was being fulfilled. Ishmael, his counterfeit son, was jealous and picked on Isaac. One day, Hagar, and I told you guys about this in the last video. Just stay tuned. Hagar was washing clothes and Isaac was playing in the basket, and she snatched it from him and told him, go away. So he went to go play, and he was trying to catch a frog, and he fell into the river and he almost drowned. Hagar allowed him to drown, and Sarah came into his rescue. So Hagar acted like she didn't know what was going on. Sarah knew better, and she told Abraham, but he tried to brush it off until he seen it himself. So, and sent Hagar and Ishmael away so that Isaac could live and inherit Yahuwah's promises and blessings. Isaac knew the assignment and understood Yahuwah's grace, glory, and he was humble, loving, kind, respectful, and obedient. Okay, so I'm just gonna touch on this before I forget. So, in the last video, I said that when Isaac almost drowned, that was the last straw, but it actually wasn't. The last straw was this. So they was having a party, right? I think they were celebrating Isaac's birthday, whatever. And Ishmael did not like that. He was mad, whatever. And Isaac was playing in the dirt, playing on the dirt. And then Ishmael kicked it. He kicked the little castle. And he was like, "Really, bro?" And he pushed him on the floor. And then Isaac was like, that hurts. His daddy came up. Abraham was like, "Oh, now I see what Sarah talking about." So he sent them off. That actually was the last straw. So what I want to get into is, I'm at the mall, guys, so please excuse the loud noise. You see, Isaac, I feel like he's a lot like me. I feel like we're so similar. You're that child that doesn't try to put too much effort, but whatever that you do, it makes a difference. You know what I'm saying? So when I was a kid, I had friends that were really disrespectful to their parents. Didn't like to clean. Was always talking back. They even hit their parents, and I had no idea what I was doing there. But I knew I didn't want to go home because that was it was like jail. So basically, everything that I would do at home, I would do for other people. Like I would do for my friends' parents. And my friends' parents really appreciated it. And my at home where I lived at with my birth mother, she did not appreciate nothing. She didn't care. She kind of was trying to work me as a slave. But we'll get into that another day. But yeah. I got picked on by my birth mother's first son. I'm the last of her children. I'm the only girl. So I'm the only girl and I'm the last. But me and my birth mother, it's not that we don't get along, she just don't like me. And I mean, there's only so much I can do. I try to have a relationship with her and everything like that, but I don't know. But with Isaac was that go-to child. Like, you want something done, you need a favor done, you're gonna go to the child that has no problem doing it for you. And that's what I relate with. And so, you know, God has spoken promises upon my life as well. I think I'm just young, you know, I really don't know what's going on, but He knows what's going on, so that's what I kind of like rely on. So I apologize if it seems like I'm rambling, but I do have a message. um, Now, when it came down to Isaac, like, so Abraham would ask Ishmael certain questions, like, why did we do this? Why did we do that? Do you understand this? And I'm saying, do you understand why we do this? And Ishmael just didn't know. He didn't, not that he didn't know, but he also didn't care. So, Isaac, on the other hand, he was not arrogant like Ishmael. He was actually really humble, really sweet, really obedient, and you know, Abraham really was digging him. He was like, "That's my son for real. This is the promise." See, because when God, He says, "When I bless you with promises, they don't come with sorrow." So if God blesses you, it's not going to be like how it was with the counterfeit. Sometimes when we get a counterfeit, it's all beautiful until it really gets down to the nitty gritty. And then we start to understand why it's a counterfeit. Because sorrow, stress, regret comes with it, right? And when it's the promise, you're reassured every time, you know, the promise lives throughout its time. So that's basically what Isaac was, okay? He was a promise in the flesh, and God came through with that promise. So now we've talked about that. The next person I'm going to talk about, his name is Job. And the reason why he's last is because he's best for last. I love Job so much, and I have a lot of respect for David, but Job, that's my man because I literally went through that. I went through that whole process. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to get into that in the next video. And then in the next video, I'm going to tell you guys about something else I'm going to get into. And that, my love, is going to be deep. So that's it for this video. We're going to step into Job's life and we're going to analyze and we're going to articulate and, you know, we're going to understand why it applies to a lot of people who give their life to Christ, okay? I love you guys so much, and I pray you guys have a blessed and highly favored. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Shalom.